All right. Hello, hello. I'm Rachel, for those of you I haven't met yet. And this is Open Office Hours for December 7th, 2023. How is everybody doing? How's it going? Who's got questions they want to talk about? Give me a show of a virtual or real hand or some kind of holler, so I know how much we may want to leave time to cover. Tina's got a question. Okay, I do want to go over today the new Leave Locked feature, something that a bunch of people have been having questions about. So I want to demo that real quick. And let's see. Tina, do you want to start with, you don't want to start. Okay. All right. Shall we talk about Leave Locked feature first? I'll go ahead and demo that and get the ball rolling. So the Leave Locked feature is a feature that we brought in both for use with binge mode or for any time that you have content that you want to release under certain conditions. So for example, if you have a training that you only want to release when somebody reaches 100 XPs in the course, or if they complete a certain course, a certain module, and you want to release a new surprise training. A couple of examples, but you might have content that you just want to release under some kind of certain conditions. What you can do is leave it locked, and I'm going to walk you through what this looks like and how to do it, but you can set it to leave locked. And then you can create an automation that unlocks the content based on this person just got 100 points. So now it unlocks the content. So it's pretty cool for that. But we also have this mode called binge mode that, if you guys have been around for a bit, you're probably familiar with, which releases content based on every time they complete a previous training. It opens up the next one. In the past, to use binge mode, you had to set a future release date for the content, and binge mode would override it. Now it's a little simpler. If you want to have a course and you want people to only get the next training as soon as they finish the previous one, what you can do is put your trainings in leave locked mode, turn on binge mode, and allow each training to release as the previous training is completed. So I want to just walk through that super quick because this has been bringing up some questions, and you guys can let me know if this is making sense or if you have questions as I go. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. So we're inside your course. When you're adding your content, and let's say, again, this is an example for if you want to use binge mode and you only want the content to release based on when the student completes the previous training. You've got a module, you've got some trainings in here. You're going to want to set the first training to be available immediately because you need to have them have a way to access their content initially. Let's say you want all the rest of the trainings to only unlock when they complete each training. You're going to edit the training. You're going to select for the release timing. Oops, I need to get more space on my screen here. Your release timing is going to be leave locked. And same with your next training. It's also going to be leave locked. So now we've got immediately, then leave locked, leave locked. Once we've set those all up, we're going to go all the way down to course settings. And we're going to scroll down to settings here. And you'll see an option here to toggle on or off binge mode. So binge mode is the feature that releases the next training one at a time. So you're going to turn that on. But then you're also going to see this second option, which is whether or not you want binge mode to unlock the locked content. And the reason this is an option is because you might be using the locked content for something else. Maybe you only want the locked content to be released when they get to 100 points. But if you want the locked content to be released by binge mode, you're just going to toggle this one on. And now the student is going to get their first training immediately as soon as that's completed. And completed, by the way, means that all actions are checked off. That's how completed is defined. All XPs are checked off. That means the next one is going to release. As soon as that's done, the next one is going to release, and so on. So that's how to use the new leave locked and binge mode. If you're using binge mode, you don't want to set the trainings to be immediately. And this is the question that's been coming up a lot. If it's set to immediately, it's going to be available immediately. So if I were to set all these to immediately and turn on binge mode, there's nothing for binge mode to do. Everything's already available. Does that make sense? So that is binge mode and leave locked. That making sense? Questions? Pretty clear? Stop my screen share here. And oh yeah, I see another couple people have hopped on. Welcome, you guys. What do you guys want to talk about? What's happening? Who's got questions? How is the course building going? Hey, Rachel, seeing you pop off there.
I've got some questions, if that's all right.
Perfect, go for it. Yeah.
I've just been I've been working on a book and the proof arrived and I had to cry. That's why I had my camera off, because I was like, oh God, I've got a red and puffy face.
You look beautiful. We're glad to have you here. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just building out my membership on XP and a couple of courses, and the lovely Marina's been helping me move one of the courses over. But with the membership, I've been running it for 3 years and on Kajabi, but there's been some things that have really bugged me about their platform, and so I thought I'm coming to XP, and I've been really excited building it out. But a couple of the issues that I'm having is, number one, I've got a lot of content, and this was one of the issues that I had in Kajabi, is it just kind of was like a big list, and when people come in, it's super overwhelming. So they're like, like, where do I start? So I'm thinking of doing a mix of two things, because I'm going to be migrating a load of the old members who already might like the current layout, and then I'm going to be inviting new members, and how I run the membership is going to change too. So I've got a new success path, so it's going to take people through these 6 steps, which we haven't done before for the old members. So my idea is to have at the top on the menu, the fundamentals, it's going to be called, is the 6-step thing. So they can either take that pathway and click on the fundamentals, and then it will show them just that content, because I've seen how to do that on the page. If you build out your own page, you can pick. So then just those modules will show. And then if they want to see the old layout, I'll call it like Vintage Club or something, or like, I don't know, I'll think of a cool thing for it. And then I'll have a menu link, but it will only be shown to those that are tagged as old members. Because otherwise the new members are going to get confused, right? Like, what's this vintage thing? And then they've not really been part of it. But what I don't want to do is piss off the old members who are like, oh, I really liked how it used to work, and now I don't know where anything is, and now I'm being forced to work through these steps and I don't want to. Would that work, or am I being nuts? So if I tag all, as I move the new members, the old members in, I can tag them all as, you know, old members or vintage members or whatever I'm going to call them, and then I can create a page, a standalone page that only shows the modules in the layout how it used to be. And then when they come in on the home page, I'm going to have a thing saying, this is the new thing, and it will be a video that will only be shown to those with the old tag, and it will say like, hey, this is the new thing. If you don't want to be part of the new thing and you want to run it how it used to run, that's cool, but the new people that are coming in, we're all going to be doing this. But if you just love going into gong baths, meditations, whatever, and you want to run it how it used to run, you can click here and it will tag you and you'll get a special menu thing here, and then you use the old way. But if you want to follow along with us and you want to start afresh in January, then you can also do that. Am I being nuts, or would that work?
Okay, so it's let me go to specific pieces of this. You can definitely create, as I think you know, but just for everybody, you can definitely create a link on the menu that is shown to some people with a tag and some people, and not shown to people without the tag. You can definitely set up custom pages that hold whatever content you want it to hold. So that means you could have a menu that allows some people to go to these custom pages that show this and others not. So that is completely possible. Whether it's nuts or not, honestly, I can't say without knowing a whole lot more in depth about like what you're doing and how the layout looks and how they progress from one module of training to the next in this version versus in that version. This is a complex setup. Bottom line, if it's working for you and you're putting it together and it's feeling good, great. It sounds to me like it might get pretty complex. You might want to consider, might want to consider doing this as two separate courses, an old guard course and a new experience course. And simply let people know, if you want the old experience, here it is. Here's the new way.
It's really going to be the main point of difference is well, there's probably two main points of difference. The old way, basically, I had I've got a teaching methodology that I teach called a brave choice method. So we would work through a brave choice method over the year, and it's like awareness, boundaries, radical responsibility, acceptance, values, etc. Right? And within that, there'd be different pieces of content. So there might be a meditation for awareness, there might be a meditation for boundaries, there might be a gong bath, there might be some more science-based training about like habit building and mental health and that kind of thing. But it would all kind of fit under those things, but there wasn't really a pathway, so there wasn't really a way for people to go, oh, I'm moving forward. And I think if you came into the membership not at the beginning, it probably just looks like there's just all this random content and it doesn't really make any sense. And do I have to do all of this? Because there's like, 200 hours of bloody workshops here. So what I thought was, if I can do the drip method that you, in fact, exactly what you were just talking about, which is binge mode or not, I can say to them, right, the fundamental, because it's called Happy Habits, the membership, and it's all about, building better habits for better mental health. So the fundamentals are, nutrition, sleep, hydration, movement. I can't remember the five. I can't remember saying out loud.
You get a pass. You've been writing a book. You have a pass.
And so that would be the fundamentals. So if you're new to the club, it will be like, this is the teaching methodology, a brave choice method, but here's where to start. You need a habit for sleep. If you can't sleep properly, or you wake up in the night or whatever, you need a habit to drink enough water, because otherwise your brain's not going to work properly. You need a habit for nutrition. So if you haven't got those fundamentals, don't even consider worrying about a meditation habit and thinking about your values and your aware, all those things, because unless you've got that baseline of just looking after yourself in a basic way, all those other things are going to be even more difficult. So then they can go through that in a kind of binge mode of like, and there can be, say, a button that's like, do you want to work on sleep? And it'll be like, no, and it hides it. Do you want to work on nutrition? No, and it hides. Do you know what I mean? So then there's not so much content. But then what I'm worried about is, what if they didn't want to work on sleep then, but later on they go, oh, now I'm struggling with sleep, where's the sleep bit? And they can't find it because they've gone past it. So I'm just trying to work out, I realize it's quite complex, but I'm trying to work out what's the best way to lay out a lot of content without it being overwhelming, and giving people a bit of a pathway, but also giving them the freedom to dig in and find bits that they want, if that makes sense.
I think it does. So it sounds like you might want to actually make these links to the pages that we were originally talking about available to everybody, but just call them something to make it clear that this is where your whole library of resources is stored.
Yeah.
So if you want to search or go through or look for whatever meditation, so that so the top tabs may be available to everyone.
Yeah. But could I do it, say for example, because obviously it's by module or lesson, isn't it? I think the main splits.
So module training is what we call it. You can call it whatever you want.
Oh, training, sorry. So could I have it where, say, like there's a page and it's just got the module heading, so it'll be like, I don't know, if you wanted to learn about a brave choice method, you click there, and then that opens into another page. I know it seems like it'll be a lot of pages, but it's what I don't want to happen is that when people click on, say, like, I might do full library, but if I do full library, it's going to be it's just a lot of stuff that I think people are just going to go, oh, and not everyone is going to want to, if they're looking for something, they're not going to want to look through all this stuff. They're going to have an idea. They're going to be like, oh, I want to meditate. So then I just want, if they could click there and it says meditations, and they can just click into that, or they're going to want to work on nutrition, or they're going to want to create a habit for, whatever it might be, then they can just click on that module and that'll open to another page with all the lessons in it, or other modules with lessons underneath.
Look at setting these up as bonuses is what I would do. Look at setting up your whole library of resources as bonuses.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind, this is just kind of an FYI for anyone watching, because sometimes the bonus structure gets a little confusing before you get how it works.
Yeah.
There's going to be bonuses, and then within the bonuses, there's going to be bonus trainings. So if you have a bonus called nutrition, and then you have, and I don't know if this is how you set it up, but I'm just giving an example, and then you have multiple trainings about nutrition, they would all be categorized here.
Yeah.
So this might work well for you. And then the link at the top could simply be bonuses or resources or whatever you want to call it, resource library, and then take them to the all bonuses page, which is going to be nutrition, sleep, meditation. When they click into meditation, they get to go into this meditation, that meditation, or however you have it divided.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think I've got it clear in my head. I just, when you're like, oh, I hope that works. And then the other thing that I was hoping to have, which I think I might be able to do with tags, is that, and this might be really useful for other people as well, I imagine, is like in Kajabi, they could click favorite, and then it would make a little favorites thing of their favorite pieces of content just for that person. And I'm wondering if I could do that with tags, that there could be like a toggle, like on and off, to put something in like a favorites page, and then that sends it to favorites. But I don't know whether if they click to tag it as a favorite, it would tag it for everybody, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that gets a little complicated, because the way you show and hide content is going to be by creating a block, putting the actual training in that block, and then having it shown or hidden based on tag.
On tag, yeah. But that tag, say like if I tagged something, say like us four, who I can see, hello ladies, Tina and Romina, I can see also on the screen. If us four were in the club, if I tagged something as favourite, and then say Tina went into favourites, would my favourite be in her? Because it would just go to that page.
I don't think it's working the way you're asking for it to work, if I'm understanding right. There's going to be a box, there's going to be a training block that's going to have a specific training, like meditation for sleep. And meditation for sleep is either going to be shown or hidden to me, Rachel, based on whether I have the tag to show or hide the meditation for sleep training. Yeah, it's not going to appear and disappear various trainings based on what I am tagged. There's going to be different. If you want a training to be shown or hidden by tag, you're going to need to set up a block for each training. and then each block will be shown or hidden by tag.
Okay, so it wouldn't say like if I had a training and I tagged it as favorite, that wouldn't then show up on a page if I'd set that page up to show only things that are tagged favorite.
No, that's not how it works. No, it's going to be an individual training, and it's going to either show or hide based on whether I have the tag to show or hide that specific training.
Yeah, okay, that's not going to work then, is it?
Okay.
Okay.
I wanna take some other questions and just make sure we get to everything, and we can circle back based on time. Okay. Is this feeling helpful so far? There you go. Thanks, Rachel. Tina, I know you had questions. You don't. You do.
Let me go last because I'm learning a lot. I'm brand new, like a day.
Yay, welcome.
Thank you. So I'm learning from other people's speaking.
Okay.
Answered a couple of my questions. Or
oh,
you
fantastic.
all my
That's
questions.
great.
So I will continue to listen in, and then how long is this? Does this go for?
For an hour. So I just want to make sure we have enough time, depending on how in-depth and complex your questions are.
Okay,
I want to make sure we have time to.
Okay, I'll raise my hand, later on. Okay.
Okay, who else has questions? Yeah, Romina.
Hi. Okay, so I'm new also, and
Yay.
I'm in. I've been trying to do multiple choice questions with a picture. So I do chemistry, and so I really liked all the gamification stuff for students. Just I thought that was good, but I'm having hard trouble. I know in the forums people are like they hate multiple choice. I'm like, but I kind of have to. Like it's academic versus
there's a right answer and a wrong answer. It's pretty clear. Yeah,
it's a little different. I mean, there's a lot of other things in there, but I'm having issues because I do organic chemistry, so I need pictures. And the multiple choice, I noticed that I can make a little picture next to it, but I have to take up the whole page for a picture and a question. Is that how it goes? So
can
like one of the
can you share your screen and show me exactly? Is that possible? What you're doing?
This is what I did. Again, I just jerry-rigged it. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm gonna say that right now. I have no idea what I'm doing. So
let's check it out.
All right. Do you see the?
Yes.
Okay. So if I preview the training.
So
this is what I was able to do. So this is like a structure, and here's the question. Now you can't see the whole picture in there, and then the here. So I don't know how to get them closer or to be able. Do you see what I mean? Like I
can't see the whole picture.
You can see the picture, but then you have to scroll down to see the question. Like you can't see the picture.
Okay. Have you tried doing it in columns?
In columns? No. How do you do that?
If you made it 2 columns, you could have the image there and the question next to it.
I didn't know you could do that. So if I do a column and then, do I have to do a special page? I don't know. Do I need a special page? Because and then would every question have to be a special page? Because I just press training and put multiple choice. So I'm not sure how.
So you don't like that they have to scroll to look at the picture and then go down to the question to make sure I'm understanding. Is that right?
Yeah. Like it's not, and I tried like deleting stuff to get them closer, but there's still like a space. So I tried removing things. So yeah, so it's a little frustrating.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not aware of a great ideal answer for you here. I do know that customization of images and images within training notes, within questions, being able to specifically customize the size, that is certainly a request we get. It's there in the works. It's not like the most primary thing on top of the list right now, but totally get it that there's limits to how much you can customize the size of images right now. Is
there another way to do multiple choice? I mean, someone said you can embed something else in there. Like I mean, for me, unfortunately, it's actually a necessary item that I wish I would have played with it a bit more before I bought it. So I already bought a 6 month, I think it is. So I'm trying to work with it, but it's really causing some issues.
So let's see, did you try, so let me look at, I'm just looking at setting up a multiple choice here.
So what I did is the page that it's on, I just took that picture over.
Yeah, that's what I would
page.
do. That is what I would do here. Just looking real quick at setting up that single training page. Okay, I'm going to show you something to play with and see if this is helpful. Let me go out of here, show you where I am. So I'm in step 4, my page builder. I'm going to go to my single training page, which is where the template for where each training will live. And we've got the default layout here, which is what you were seeing. If you click edit, you see right here that you can edit the block, you can edit the content of the block, but if you click edit layout of the block, now you can rearrange how this page looks. I don't know if there's anything in here that would be helpful to set things up in a different way.
That's what I was thinking, because on
Is that what you were thinking, Rachel? Yeah.
On some of my pages I've had to, but I don't know if you can do it because I haven't set up any assessments or quizzes. So I don't know if you can, but that's what I was thinking, is that if you could set up like this with more than one column, because some of my pages I needed 3 columns just to display the content in the way that people are used to seeing it in the old one. And I was thinking then you could see where it says here training name, and then you've got the picture. You could put your probably remove the training name and just have the image that you needed, and then where it has the Latin wording to the right hand side to have the multiple choice, you know, questions. But I don't know whether that's possible in, you know, in the bit where you make an assessment or a quiz or not.
Yeah, that's possible for the page. I don't believe it's possible in the actual multiple choice training itself. Yeah.
I don't think I can move the question up. I think I tried moving the question and it won't let me actually move the question. The question has to be at the bottom. Yeah. And the other thing is, right, you can't have several multiple choice questions with pictures. I think that's my biggest issue. It's like, I would have to create another training with a different picture to ask another set of questions. So in other words, they have to click. It would have, it would be like this long click situation.
I can definitely put that on the list of feature requests. I can't make promises, guarantees, timelines, because we got just so much that we are adding, like literally every week, but it's definitely something we could look at adding, because I can see how that would be helpful for a lot of people. The image with
it's
specific questions.
It's just I guess with sorry, I mean, I get it. It's just like an assessment. You're just trying to assess if any knowledge was, and it's just like an easier way to do it. Just a quick one to kind of be like, hey, I plan to do the assignment thing later, so I'm playing with that to see if they can turn something in, and then get feedback and graded like the way we have to, because for me it's all drawings, so you have to like grade drawings. So yeah, okay, thank you so much for your help, and thank you, Rachel, also. So
of course, yeah, thanks, Romina. All right, what else we got?
Can I just share one
Rachel,
thing?
you want to jump in? Yeah.
Sorry, Romina, I just had an idea. Could it be that because somebody else had a similar issue when I was doing stuff on Kajabi, and what they did was they made which I don't know if this would be possible, they made like a PDF that then somebody could kind of, do you know, say like if it's A B C is the answer or whatever, there was like a PDF, and because it was one of those ones, I don't know, do you remember like Cosmopolitan, those kind of magazines, and it would be like, oh, you're a yellow or you're a whatever, and the quiz functionality in Kajabi wouldn't correlate the A's or the B's or the C's to get the correct answer. So if it's something like that, maybe you could, I know it's a bit faffy, but maybe you could create a PDF that they download, and then when they go in, it's like question 1, and they just tick whatever the answer was, ABC, from the correlating PDF, and then that might solve the problem, because you'd be able to design the PDF to have the image show properly, and then whatever the answer is, but also have the functionality which I imagine you need, which is depending on their answer will be whatever the next step is, or whether they've passed or not. It might make it slightly more complicated than you would like, but it might solve the problem just as a fix until maybe they have a fix. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I hadn't thought. That's a really novel way to fix
That's
that.
a good
Thank
suggestion.
you.
Thank you, Rachel.
I had it.
Yeah.
And that might be good, because they might actually feel like it's actually a test. So like they might actually, you know, a lot of my students are they're super type A. They like want to test themselves, they want to time themselves, they want to like make sure, these are like the pre-meds. So they want to make sure that they are, that's what I do. So I think that would be very helpful. I love that idea.
Yeah. And if they're like me, because I'm neurodiverse, which is, so tell me to shut up, because I just I have no filter. I like to print things out to work from, because I can't on a screen. For some reason, I just can't, my brain doesn't work the same way as if something, you know, is written down on paper. So then that might solve that for any students you have with those issues as well, potentially.
Love it. That's awesome. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for that.
That's so great, Rachel. Thank you. I do have a lot of neurodiverse students, so I love it.
Very cool. Thanks, you guys. Awesome. Tina, how you feeling? You want to go?
Sure. Okay. So I sent these questions into support, but haven't heard back yet. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm in the EPM program.
I'm not seeing anything from you.
I sent two. That's okay. I've got them here on my screen, but so I'm in the EPM program. We're in week 7, and so I signed up for. I thought that I could use this program in to start my course in January, but it's seeming like I cannot, because if I understand correctly, I have to have all the videos done, but then they're telling us not to do videos if we're doing a new course, because it could change, and we don't want something that's evergreen to be done, and then you have to change it later. So
okay, so you're talking about, to make sure I'm following, you're talking about your Done For You bonus from EPM, right?
Yes, I am.
Where you give us all of your information and course content, and this is a bonus that EPM students get, just for anybody listening, where we take your info, take your content, build your first course for you.
That's correct. Okay. And I'm a VIP, so I'm kind of in the track where they'll help us first if we're ready, but I mean, I don't know. So my question is this. So if we have the program done, but it's not perfect, and you want to replace videos later, is that something that's easy to do and not that expensive?
Super simple to do, and no, you would upload them. It's super simple, and there's no charge. And now I'm recognizing this. I think I did answer your question yesterday.
You did answer one question, but then I had a whole bunch of more. Let me just pull that up. But I mean, maybe these are things that we can do. I mean, do other people have questions? Because I don't want to take up this beginner.
Well, it's for everybody, including beginners. Margie, you got questions?
I do
Marge-
have a question, but mine's advanced, so we
Yours
should
is
do the beginner
advanced,
question.
okay. Let's do.
We'll have a little series of beginners, but let me just try to be concise here.
This,
So,
yeah.
Okay,
Let
so
me just jump in first with, for anybody listening, you can
yes.
absolutely upload more content at any time you want. Here's the basics for the done for you thing for anybody else that this applies to. When our team builds your course, you're going to give us all of your information. We have Google Forms. We tell you exactly what we need to know. Fill out this. You'll give us all the info. You'll give us all the content that you have ready. For some people, that's going to be all of the videos in their course. For other people, that's going to be the first 1 or 2 videos, and they're going to be recording the rest as they go through their training. No problem. We set up the shell of your course. When we say we, I mean our team. Marina is going to be supporting you in this. We'll set up the structure, make the course site look pretty, set up the module and training shells, put in your custom images if you have them, put in your branding, have everything ready to go. All that you have to do is, after you record yourself doing a training, you hit upload and you upload it into your course. That's it. And that is very simple.
Okay, wonderful. So let me just streamline this fast. So if I start with a 21-day course, and then I'm going to extend that to either 45 or 60, and then eventually 90. And then I'm going to have different audiences. So then I'm going to duplicate the course once it's really intact.
Okay.
So but the first course, this done for you course, I can extend from 12 to 60 to 90, the same exact course. I'm just going to keep adding on to it. Is that okay?
Sure. You can always add on material. You can always create more trainings, more modules, add more content.
And then Leslie, what's the difference between the done for you and then like doing it myself? I mean, I'm going to run into what these people are you all doing it yourself, or what's going on here? Because that sounds daunting to me.
These people, well, Rachel in particular is doing some pretty complex, unique stuff, which is awesome. There's a lot of options with the platform to set things up in ways that can get very complex. Margie does a lot of pretty advanced stuff too, and we'll dive into her questions in a moment. But if you're setting up your first course and the goal is, as I think it should be, to get the course out and get students in it, I would keep it simple. And what you need to do is upload your trainings, you need a mission statement, you need goals, you need trainings and actions for your students. That's it. And then you move students through the course. And then you can get all fancy like Rachel and Margie when you've done a bunch of courses and you want to scale and grow and make $1 million and all those good things.
I have to say this, and I'll end with this. And I know, Margie, you have you've got complex. This company is the best. I just love Marisa. I've been working with her the most, and this is my first time here. But this is, you guys, this is just an awesome group of people. Love you guys.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Keep it super simple. Create the things that they need to know, which is the students need their goals, their mission, what they're going to accomplish. Then they need their trainings, they need their training actions, and they need some rewards and motivation that they get along the way. And we do that part for you in the done for you. So you don't even need to worry about that.
And I can just keep dumping modules and you just keep uploading them.
If you're talking about the done for you service, you need to give us everything that you want us to do in one pass.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about then. And then everything else I have to do on my own.
What do you mean by everything else?
Keep adding more modules and keep adding more.
Yeah, let me, I'm just going to share my screen really quick and show you how easy it is to add modules. So I'm in a test course here, and let's pretend I've got a full course built out. And now I went, oh, I need to add another module. I'm going to go into step 3. I'm going to click add new module. If I want to, I'm going to give it an image. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to save it. Now I've got a new module. That was it. Now I'm going to add a training. Here's my next training. I'm going to create it. I'm going to give it an image. I'm going to upload my video right here. I'm going to set a release timing. I'm going to set a couple of training actions. And I've got my training. And we have documentation to walk you through every step of this. And we have our support team to remind you what to click if you forget what to click. But it's easy.
Okay. So the done for you is, and what I can carry it on, what's done for me, I can carry it on relatively easy. And the done for you is not going to get into these complex things that these other people are doing. That's down the road.
Probably not. Depends exactly what we're talking about, but
what?
It depends exactly what we're talking about. I mean, we'll work with you. We want to build the course that you want to build, but it depends how complex you're talking about getting.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to the complex people and just see what I can. Yeah, okay. I'm very good. I'm good. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Tina.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Let's learn from Margie. What's going on, Margie?
Yeah, let's learn from Margie.
No pressure. Yeah, so I'm trying to build an experience based on activity. So so my first question is, one of the options is based on points, and I want to make sure that that is specific to this course and not the full breadth of courses they might be enrolled in my school. Is that the case?
based on points, an automation based on points should be based on the points in this course. Look at that. So if we're going to create an automation, oh, that's a great question. Did you get a response on Facebook or no?
No, I actually deleted it because I figured you would be the one responding.
I should know this, and I'm suddenly not 100% sure.
Okay.
I mean, we could test it, but that would take just a couple of minutes. I can test it for you and email you the results.
Okay.
Let me just think for a second. This earned points. The thing to know about the earned points trigger is that, from what I remember, it's got to happen to the dot, meaning if it's 50 and and somebody's at 48 and then they just jump to 55, it doesn't work.
Oh, that is good to know.
So
I did not.
You know what? I think we want to test this a little bit, Margie.
Oh, that's
make
interesting.
Sure it's doing
that. I
exactly
must have a lot
want.
of celebrations that are not running because not experiences, but the celebrations. Because we have celebrations that are like once you get to a certain level, and those must not be running if they have to be exact.
I know that's what it was in the past, unless that has changed without me being aware of. Okay. We can test this now, or I can test this as soon as we hop off. Who else has questions going on? Rachel,
well, I have more questions.
You have more? Do you want
more questions?
Yeah.
So we can just hop
check this one. Yeah.
So, yeah. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to qualify people for a training. So I could qualify them for a bonus, or I could qualify them for a custom page. And I don't want it to be just a tag, because just a tag, they can't, like, there is not an easy way to disqualify them. Like they have to, I want them to maintain a certain level of activity in order for them to continue to have access to this training. If they stop
doing it, if they stop doing it, then I don't want them to have access to this. Now, I do have this set up currently. So, I mean, I do have a badge set up that is supposed to be removed if they don't log in for 5 weeks. What I just discovered this morning is if they cancel the course or are suspended from the course, the badge stays there, even though they're not, because there's no trigger, right? So they're, even though they're not accessing it, that is not being removed.
Yeah,
So,
suspension will keep things in place. Removing them from the course will remove and delete everything, but suspension will keep whatever's there in place. Yeah.
But it's not removing the badge. It doesn't remove the badge.
Right. If they're suspended. Yeah.
Right. But it's also not removing the badge, because the badge is not related. In XP, badges are independent. You can assign them in a course, but they're, I mean, you can assign them for multiple
you're right.
courses,
Yeah.
so it's not really, So we're setting up a Zap to deal with that.
Okay.
But I have anyway, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to have this activity-based, like it could either be a bonus or it could be a custom page, that if they have to maintain this level in order to have access to it. So, and that's one thing so points was one thing that I'm thinking, like, okay, they have to have at least 100 points in order to have access to this.
Okay.
But I can't, if I can only do an experience based on a specific number of tags, or a specific number of points, that's going to be a problem, because then like the tag won't get assigned. So
well, you can do a tag based on like completing something, like completing a module.
Right. But I don't want to tie them. The reason I was thinking of points is I don't want to tie them to a specific module, because they can do our modules in any order. So I don't want to say you have to have done this module in order to qualify. You have to have done a module in order to qualify, which is why I was
that's tricky.
And you have to do it within a certain time period. So like you don't qualify if you haven't logged in for 2 months. So
I will say that from what I'm hearing, I think this is going to get a lot easier and more possible when we create what's coming in the automations, which is going to be options for different pathways within an automation, and basically conditional logic with a couple of qualifications.
Yes.
A thing to be aware of right now is that there's not a way to set up 2 conditions for something to happen, meaning they have this tag and they have done this or haven't done this. Yes. So that may mean that this particular idea you're working out might be tricky at the moment.
Do you have any idea of when that's coming? Because I did talk to Murray about that tree thing, but that seems like it was a while ago.
I don't.
You don't have any idea? Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
And also just to like add this to include in the feature request for that.
Yeah.
When you're searching, in the students section, when you're searching, there's no logic there either. So you can't say like search for students who have either this tag or this tag, right? It's only additive.
It's like this tag and this course, like you can do that, but
for this course this tag, or this tag and this tag. You can't say this tag or this tag in the search.
Right.
So if they're adding logic in this other place, maybe it's the same type of code they could add to the search feature.
Oh, you know what, Margie? I'm looking at the dev board right now. Branching logic within experiences is farther along than I realized. So it's in process right now. This is good.
Okay.
I'm just checking this really quick. Okay, this is actually in staging right now. It's in the works.
Okay.
So this is good.
Okay.
I still can't give you a date, but it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
No, that's fine. I'm glad you told me about the points though, because I didn't realize it had to be the exact number of points, because that's going to change how we do things. So, okay. All right.
Here's some info on the branching logic within experiences that's coming. Could a student go down multiple paths if both choices are set up that way? Yes. You can have one path for everyone and one path for tag X. Students with tag X can go down both paths. Okay, we'll get more into this, but
okay.
Triggers like no login. Okay, I won't go any further on that, but this is coming. Okay. This is closer than I realized.
All right.
That's cool.
Well, if you could find out about if you could just find out about whether the points is for all of my school or that specific course, then that's it.
Yeah, totally. I can see if I can check this right now. How are we doing with other questions? Anybody else have questions going on?
No, but I love your question, Margie. I love your question. I'm like, yeah, that's interesting. I wanted to do something like that.
Right.
So Romina, I missed the beginning of your question. I'll have to listen to the replay, because we do a lot of complicated things. So we might, you and I might have, stories to tell each other. So
I'd be happy to.
Yeah, please connect you guys in Facebook and help each other out.
I do the best I can, but I feel like I just put things together and hope it works.
I would love to be in the complicated gang, because I think mine's really complicated too. And I've only been playing with this for like a week, and it needs to be built by the end of December, ready to go. And now I'm scared.
Mine needs to be ready January 4th. So that's all I'm saying. January 4th.
Okay, good. We're on the same timeline, so let's support each other.
Are you guys on
January 11th?
Yeah, are you guys on Facebook? I'd be happy to co-work with anyone.
Please, can we connect on the Facebook group?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, I'm gonna post something now on the Facebook group, because my name on the Facebook is Romina Romy or something silly like that. So I'm just gonna post something.
Okay.
Be like, oh, yeah.
We'll come find you.
Where will the replay be? Oh God, I'm so new. Like seriously, I've been doing this for a few weeks. Where's the
It's
replay?
There's a doc in the help center called Open Office Hours, and it will be in there along with the calendar upcoming things. All right, if anybody else has stuff, go ahead and just shout it out. I'm not looking at the screen because I'm putting in a couple of test students right now and checking points. So just holler.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
So in order to get on the oh gosh, I don't even know what it's called, but the marketplace, yes. In order to get into the marketplace, we have to have a published course.
Yes. Yes.
So then would it behoove me to just do a module with a couple of sessions? Oh no, because then you won't keep up. No, that makes no sense. I was thinking of just getting something published, but then I would have to do everything else myself after that.
Tell me more. What's the intention of getting?
Because I don't have a website or anything. I've been a therapist in private practice for 30 years and never had to have any. I no social media, nothing. I just all word of mouth. Yeah. I'm pivoting now completely out of that. Yeah. So I don't have any presence, and so I need to start, in order for me to graduate from EPM soon. I have to sell my course. I want to sell my course, but I don't have any way in which for anybody to even see me or go to a landing page or anything. So I even came on to Xperiencify is because I didn't realize I had to download everything. I thought I could start my course, get on the marketplace and go. But like, if I do the minimal, then you're saying I have to do everything else after you guys publish for me that this program.
So it sounds like, if I can jump in, it sounds like you're talking about you just want to get publicly out there and start building interest and bringing people into your world and get them interested in your course, even though it's not ready yet. Is that right?
Well, my course has to be ready I have to get all the material in 2 weeks before January 11th. So again, like everybody else.
Right. But is the intention of your question right now, it sounds like you want to just get out there and be present and be publicly visible and have people have a way to go, oh yes,
I have to be
that
in order to graduate from EPM.
Okay. You can do that.
But I don't have a website or anything.
Okay.
I did sign up. I did sign up for Stripe or whatever it is called. Yeah.
So you can do this. This is completely doable. And this part is relatively easy. You can create a sales page on XP. And if you don't want to have a full separate website, you can just use a sales page that is right there in your Xperiencify platform. And you can pretty easily set that up yourself and just say, hey, this is me. Here's my course. Here is maybe a link to sign up. Do you have an email list? Do you have any way of? Okay.
No, I have friends and I'm just going to do word of mouth. And then I'm going to get on, I'm doing Murray's, 2-hour program, like that, whatever, the mini course. I'm going to do the mini course and yes.
So you want a way to be publicly visible about your course right now.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you can do that with a sales page on XP and you can set that up really easily. You don't need tech skills. You can go in. Yeah.
And it's just called sales page. Can you send me the link?
Let me show you exactly what that's going to look like.
That'd be great.
There's not really a link because, there's actually, I'll pop in our help doc right here.
Could I ask a question on sales pages on that basis?
Yeah, I do need to wrap up pretty quickly after the top of the hour, but go for it and let's
how many are you allowed? Because that might solve
many as you want.
problems.
Many as you want.
That's just solved a big problem for me. Thank you.
Awesome.
I was thinking I was gonna have to set up a separate website as well, but I can just do a couple of different landing pages.
Yep.
Brilliant. Thank you.
So I'm copying this. Copy. Okay, if I copy that into a Word document.
Or just go to your help center, which is in your account, and just search for sales page. And you'll pull that link up.
This is so awesome. And then that will connect up with my payment plan that I Stripe or whatever it's called. Square.
A sales page, let me when you set up a sales page, that will connect to wherever you tell it to go. You can put a button in there to connect it to whatever you want to connect it to. But here is how easy it is to set up a sales page. You're going to go into your course, and this is all in the doc, but I'll just show you real quick. You'll go into step 4, and you'll see that you've got your regular course pages here. Then you got some other course pages. You're going to scroll all the way down to custom pages, and you're going to see this demo course sales page. If you click on that, you've got a pre-built sales page that has a lot of good elements that would work really well if you just swapped out some text for your own. So you want like a block on top that says a bit about what they're getting. You can pop in a quick video of you if you like.
Yes, they tell us to do that. Yeah.
You can put a bit of info about your course here.
Oh my gosh.
And then you can have a button to click to wherever you want people to click to, which might be an email list to save their info, or it might be as soon as your course is ready, then you would probably have this click to the order form for them to sign up. But you can be setting this up pretty quickly. Even before you have the course ready, you can be getting your sales page ready to go.
Oh, I
And
love
as
it.
soon as it's ready, just pop in a link and people can sign up.
Excellent. Yes, yes. So I can do a wait list. I can do a wait list through email.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, thank you.
You are welcome.
I'm going to be busy.
Awesome. Great stuff, you guys. Okay, so Margie, I am checking on whether points are specific to the course or cumulative for all the courses. And I also just want to double check on the thing I was saying about the points being specific to the amount. I'm 98% sure on that, but I'm going to double check that for you. Is there anything else that we need? We've got feature request about the images for each multiple choice question would be awesome. Totally agree with you on that. And Rachel, how are you doing? Are you feeling close?
I'm good. I'm just doing some tweaks as everyone's talking, because I'm like, I feel really inspired, and yeah, it's kind of answered a few, like same as Tina was saying, as people were talking, I'm like, that's fixing that problem. That's good. So yeah, just tweaking away, listening.
Fantastic. All right. Thanks, you guys. I will see you in a couple of weeks. Email me on the support desk. Real quick, yeah.
You know the modules where it says like the name of the module? Is there a way to turn that off so it doesn't say it?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Is it in settings or something? I haven't.
So it doesn't say, what specifically do you not want it to say?
You know, because currently on everything it says the module, then the title, then whatever. And because I've got so much content, some of those are really long and it just looks messy. So I just want to turn it off, and then I can just put a headline of what it is.
Yes.
Okay,
let's
cool.
do it really quick. Go into.
All right. Thanks, Rachel.
4. Thanks, Margie.
Bye.
Bye, Margie. Good luck.
So for example, your all trainings page is a place where that would, and hopefully I haven't already modified it in this test course, so I can show you. Oh, I already did it. You're going to go into what you're going to do is modify this block right here.
Okay, yeah.
See, normally right here it would say
that's the bit I want to get rid of.
Yeah, I answered this for somebody yesterday, so
that's okay. So it's just in the data section, you just delete it out.
Exactly. Just delete out whatever descriptions you don't want. Remember that, of course, the tokens are going to automatically populate information, so you may or may not want that.
Yeah,
in this
I'll delete that out.
If you want to change the name to, like, if you want to call it lessons instead of trainings, you could do that by making the title of the training say lesson 1.
Perfect. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. All your help and questions have been amazing. I'm going to link up with you in the Facebook group. This has been
me too.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, you guys.
Take care.
I will talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.